Hello all, welcome back to my channel Edu-Lit-Niru. So in this video we are going to learn about the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. So this poem is a wonderful poem which makes the reader to think about the points that was referred by the poet. So let's get into the introduction. So Robert Frost was an American writer. He lived between 1875 to 1963. His works were initially published in England before it was published in United States, and he was awarded Pulitzer Prize 4 times for his literary contribution. And every work that was written by Robert Frost, he would not provide us with any solution. He will let the reader to think about what could be the solution that could be offered to his particular piece of literary work. So now let's get into the text. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So, in the first stanza, the poet is telling us that he is standing in an yellow wood. The yellow wood represents autumn season. So, during an autumn season, he is standing in a forest and he could see two roads diverging in front of him. And he is feeling sorry for that. As a traveler, they cannot choose both the roads. He could choose either this road or that road, and he is looking at a road and he is seeing an undergrowth at the end of the road which is covered with bushes and shrubs. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better climb, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. So in the second stanza the poet is telling us that there are two roads, road 1 and road 2. The road 1 ended up with undergrowth which was covered by bushes and shrubs, and he decides he decides to travel in the second road because the second road was grassy than the first road, which represents that many travelers had traveled in the first road than the second road. As the poet tries to be an unique traveler, he decides to travel in the second road. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I'd kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So in the third stanza, the poet is telling us that it is a morning period and already he has chosen to travel in the second road because the second road is less traveled by comparing to the first road. Okay, and he also states that he has reserved the first road to be traveled after returning back from the second road. But in reality, if you have chosen a path, it will lead to a different way, and you cannot come back from that path and you can travel in the another path. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So, in the last stanza, the poet is telling us that he would tell with a sigh, okay, to the listener that ages before I made a choice. There were two roads before me, and I chose the second road because it was less traveled by comparing to the first road, and the differences that I'm experiencing right now is created through my choice that I have made in the past. So, this is what dilemma in this poem. He has not expressed whether his life is successful or failure. So, this poem states that every person would be provided with two options. It is the responsibility of the person to select the apt choice for his life. If the choice ends up in success or failure, it is completely based on the choice that has been chosen by that particular person. If it ends up in success, he had to pat himself. If it ends in failure, he has to proceed further to make it successful. So now let's learn about the additional information. So the themes of this poem is individualism. So individualism is reflected through the poet's choice of choosing to travel in the second path, which was less traveled by. And being meaningful is leading a meaningful life and uncertainty. So uncertainty lies in so whether the second path would be successful or failure. Okay, so this is the uncertainty in this book. So this poem was written in 1915 in England, and this poem has several interpretations. So lastly, I would like to end up this video with my personal quote. Powerful weapon to create a successful future lies in taking good decision. Hope this video will be useful for you, and thank you all. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Keep supporting. Thank you.